Welcome to the Podski. What? Ooh, yeah.
You understand, baby?
Dig it?
Let me tell you another thing.
First name John, last name Baker. Uh-huh. Brother.
Hello and welcome into another episode of The Podski. I'm your host, the man of 1,000 gimmicks, John Baker. Apologize for the slight delay on the posting of the episode. We had some scheduling conflicts, but we enjoyed doing Hot Seat Wrestling so much last week that we're bringing it back for an entire episode this week with Justin Andretti. He's back again, and we thought that we caught lightning in a bottle with that segment last week. It was a lot of fun, so that's exactly what we're going to do here on the show today. We are going to what we did was we took the entire idea of the Hot Seat Wrestling, where we have a whole list of wrestlers. We take each of them and we use a random number generator, whatever the number generator spits out is who we pick, and we book an entire pay-per-view show. So our shows, I have my own show, Andretti got his own show. We go through the random number generator and we just are sitting on the hot seat and we are booking our entire pay-per-view. And I had a lot of fun doing it. We kind of got off to a little bit of a rough start, but then we kind of got a little more comfortable as it went on. So first time going through it, we feel pretty confident in doing it again and bringing in somebody else to hopefully book alongside of us. But we had a little kinks in there. We worked them out as the show went on, but hope you all enjoy listening to Hot Seat Wrestling because we had a lot of fun doing it. And we will be seeing you later next week for the Halloween Super Show. And we're going to be doing That's So Dolphins Talk. Hopefully you checked out last week's episode of our top tag teams of the 1990s and checked out That's So Dolphins Talk. Hopefully the Finns get a big win tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. Looks like Tua's going to be back for that, so we're really excited. And there's a lot of good things happening here on the Podski. Thank you for downloading, rate, reviewing, and subscribing. I know I've been saying for a few weeks to check us out on Google Podcasts and all that, and I didn't realize that I actually wasn't approved. It said I was distributed to Google Podcasts, but now we're fully on everything. So I double checked everything. Everything's checking out. We're if you're listening to this on Google Podcasts, thank you for listening, and we're going to be everywhere moving forward. So with that, we're going to hop right into Hot Seat Wrestling. Hello and welcome into another episode of the Podski, and we got Mr. Justin Andretti back on the pod. Welcome in.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. I've been waiting a long time to pull this one out. But as we start the show, I always got to start the show the right way. So my pronouns are Hart Savage.
Obviously, mine are HHH.
Let's do it.
All right, so we had so much fun doing Hot Seat Wrestling last week that we wanted to turn it into a full gimmick, and we're running it back, and we are going to create, each of us are going to create our own pay-per-view. So do we want to go over the rules of how we're creating our pay-per-views?
Yeah, I can do the rundown here real quick. So it's going to be Hot Seat Wrestling is basically like Raw and SmackDown, right? Where we've got our own like champs, that don't really cross over, but it's all under the HSW umbrella, just like the WWE, right? So for this show, we decided we were going to do 2 pre-show matches. So the first pre-show match is going to be singles versus singles, and then the second pre-show match is going to be a tag team match between 2 real tag teams. Okay, so the pre-show will be a singles match and a tag team match. And then that'll throw us right into the pay-per-view. We both have names, we both have locations about where we're going to run these things. So the format for the actual pay-per-view show, the first match is the triple threat match. We're going to do a triple threat match to open the show. The second match is going to be a singles match. The third match is going to be a tag team match between a fake tag team that we have to create based on the random number generator and a real tag team. Okay. And then the fourth match will be a gimmick match. We've got a category on the Google sheet now with a bunch of gimmicks on there. And then the fifth, that's a singles match, by the way. The gimmick match is a singles match. And then the main event of the pay-per-view is a singles match. between obviously between two singles wrestlers. So that's going to be the format. So we're going to go pre-show, 2 matches on the pre-show, 5 matches on the main show, and then we'll talk about it more as we get into it.
Love it. So, okay, well, I'll start with my show. My show is going to be the Rumble in Rouserville. It's going to be held at the Red Run Park in Rouserville, Pennsylvania.
Do we have any idea what the capacity is for Red Run Park?
I have no idea. However many lawn chairs you can fit.
Well, is this like a Hog Wild, Road Wild thing where you've got people standing all over the place, or is it more seating?
Oh, it's absolutely a Hog Wild. It's like if Hog Wild was in a forest.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
But yeah, I've actually been to Red Run Park before. They used to back in the day. The local radio station used to run a huge concert there that had like all kinds of like country acts and stuff like that. They had like Keith Urban there, but like before he was like a huge star, and like I believe they had Reba there one year. Like,
love
it's
Reba.
pretty sweet. It's an awesome venue.
Awesome, man. Okay, well, I'm gonna run my show. My show's gonna be called, because of Halloween, I wanted to have a little bit of a Halloween theme, so I'm gonna call mine Slamsylvania, and that's gonna take place at Transylvania University, which is a real school in Lexington, Kentucky. They got D3 athletics, and I'm going to run my show out of the Clive M. Beck Center, which is the basketball arena. I don't know how many seats there are. There's not very many, so the tickets are going to be really expensive.
I love it.
So if whoever wants to go first, I'm good with going. Or if you want to wait, man, whatever you want to do.
Well,
it's your show, Baker. You do whatever you want here.
Yeah, but you're the guest. You can do your pre-show first.
Okay, so we can do the pre-show. Do you have the sheet pulled up here?
I do.
Okay, you got the upper limit now is 143 for the singles.
I also have that ready as well. I already got your number for number 1.
Let me take a breath here real quick. There's a lot riding on this here. So, also one thing too that I wanted to say was that when we go through the matches, you don't really have to say who wins as we're going through it. We can do a recap at the end and then talk about who the winners are going to be if you want to do it that way.
Yeah,
okay.
We should do that. And then we should get somebody else in at the end, or we should have our lovely listeners give us the Meltzer star ratings on the back end.
I love it. I love that. Let's do
it. All right. So this first match is a singles match, correct?
Yes. Singles match pre-show.
All right, your first number is 61.
Okay, 61. What do we got here? Jimmy Snuka. All right, we're off to a good start here.
Just keep him. Don't let him kill anybody.
Okay, brother.
Number 46.
46. Okay. Oh my God. Chris Candido versus Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Okay. Oh God, booking this on the fly here. Okay. Well, obviously both these guys have got some issues, right? So maybe the way we could do this here, this could be like a redemption type storyline for both of these guys, right? Where both of them, they're kind of out of their prime, right? And they're both kind of trying to get back into the card. And the only way that we'll let them back onto the card is by having them give their all on the pre-show, right? So they've got to go out there and tear the house down the opening match of the pre-show whenever they know that most people aren't even watching it. And both of these guys they're people that have had a lot of trouble in their personal life, right? And the only way for them to get back onto the card and to make some money, because they're both poor, is for them to go out there and just kill it on the pre-show.
All right. That might get some viewers.
All right, you're up. Let's see what we got here. Okay, you ready for this, Baker?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, you got 116.
Oh, Lord. We're deep in the bag. 116 is Marty Jannetty.
You got Party Jannetty, dude. Okay, you got Jannetty versus 44.
Jannetty versus CM Punk.
Oh, my God, let's do
it. Well, we know these. We know at least one guy loves to backstage brawl. The other likes to brawl on the Chattanooga. So, I don't even know how you book this. I guess if I'm thinking of CM Punk, he's anti-establishment, wants to get on the main show but can't. and Marty Jannetty is like your baby face, who you want him to work with all the guys that are up and coming. I would put, we'll make CM Punk work a little bit. We're gonna be keeping the man down and trying to make him work for it and holding him down, not letting him advance up the card, and we're gonna try to force him to beat this baby face in a match where he's obviously gonna do something to probably cheat to win.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So that was my first match. So second match is a tag match.
Yeah, the tag match. So we've got the column there for the tag teams too. So the upper limit now on the random generator will be 66.
All right, your first one is 55.
55. What do we got? Okay. All right, DIY. All right, I can deal with that.
And 60.
60. Dynamic dudes. DIY versus the dynamic dudes. Okay, how do we do this here? All right.
Dynamic dudes is Johnny Ace, correct?
Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Okay. Well, we've got, we've got three guys here who really want to prove themselves on a national stage, right? Because we've got Douglas, who's really wanted to validate his own career. He's maybe Douglas does something with the skateboard, right? Where he leaves the skateboard at the ring during the DIY match. DIY's got a problem with that. Maybe Gargano steps on the skateboard accidentally. Maybe it's sticking out of the bottom of the apron a little bit. Gargano steps on it, falls, does the fake knee injury, and then Tommaso Ciampa's in the ring and he has to take on two guys on his own and ends up losing the match, right? So then DIY's got a big problem with Shane Douglas. Johnny Ace, man, obviously, head of talent relations. So Johnny Ace is trying to keep the peace between two babyface tag teams, but he's completely inept at his job and can't do that. So what ends up happening is DIY end up just jumping Shane Douglas a couple times backstage, and then they end up, agreeing to having a match on the pre-show.
I love that you just buried Johnny Ace and it turned into a handicap match.
All right, you ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, so you've got 41.
All right, who's at 41?
41. Oh my God.
41 is Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Okay, you've got Volkov and the Sheik versus 61. Who is 61?
61 is
Men on a Mission.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
This is like the ultimate pre-show match if I've ever seen one. Oh my. Well, I guess you'd say that Volkov and Sheik are heels slipping down the card because that gimmick is the wells run dry. You got Men on a Mission are coming in and
they're got a lot of opinions about people too.
Men on a Mission they're coming down the aisle. They got the one dude that never what was the guy's name that he never ever wrestled, but he just did the rap?
Oh man, I Oscar, was it Mo?
I thought Mo was it might have been Mo.
Okay, I don't know Mo and Oscar. I couldn't possibly tell you which one is which at this point.
Well, he's just I don't even know how you even book this match. This one's a hard one.
It is hard.
It just sounds like you're just throwing two dudes out there just to get them a payday.
Well, it is the pre-show, so
Oh my gosh, I feel like Volkov. We're gonna turn Volkov and Sheik. They're gonna be the jobbers. They're at the end of their career. They're just gonna be the gatekeepers to get Men on a Mission a win so that they can advance up the card.
Okay, I'm with you. That's a hard one. You got a hard one.
That's all right though.
Okay, let's see here. All right, so we're jumping right into the show here. So this is going to be the first match on the pay-per-view for Slamsylvania is going to be the triple threat. So
let's hear what the curtain jerker is.
So you got to set the upper limit
back to 143.
Yeah.
All right. First number is 27.
27. Okay. All right. What do we got at 27 here? Road Dogg.
Oh, you didn't know?
Love it.
41.
Road Dog. Ilya Dragunov.
And 143.
Okay, oh God, who was the last guy I put on here? Virgil. Oh God.
What a curtain jerker of a match.
Okay, we're opening the show with Road Dogg versus Ilya Dragunov versus Virgil. All right, so oh God. All right. Well, I don't know
Good
who.
luck.
I guess Dragunov is the baby face, and Road Dogg's kind of the in between guy, and Virgil's the guy that's got all the heat in the locker room and with the fans. So let's say, oh my God, dude. Let's say that Virgil is backstage, and he won't shut up to Billy Gunn about Olive Garden. Okay. And Billy Gunn's got, just humors the guy because the guy's a veteran, and and he's kind of a favor hire, for whatever, to have Virgil hanging around at this point. This is like late stage Virgil. This is like 2022 Virgil, by the way. So he's just hanging around in the locker room, and Road Dogg's kind of got a little bit of problem with him back there talking about meat sauce and the Olive Garden and all that. And so Dragunov is the baby face in all of this. And Dragunov's got a really soft spot for the old vet. So Dragunov's going to go and try to defend Virgil. And initially, this was going to just be a tag team match between Virgil and Dragunov versus Road Dogg and Badass Billy Gunn, right? Well, then Badass Billy Gunn is like, you know what, man? I can make more money in AEW. My kids are already over there. I'm not staying in Hot Seat Wrestling for this crap anymore. Road Dogg, you're begging for a job everywhere that you're at. So you're going to have to stay here and deal with Dragunov and deal with Virgil, man. I don't know why Virgil's still around. Virgil's hanging out in the locker room. So it ends up just turns into almost like a handicap match. But then Dragunov gets so annoyed with Virgil over the course of like 2 weeks, and Virgil just jumping in front of the mic and stuff like that when Dragunov's trying to be a friend to him, that Dragunov just gets so pissed off at Virgil that turns into a triple threat.
Please tell me that you picked Olive Garden because of meat sauce.
Oh, it is. He's a maniac. The guy's a maniac.
Oh gosh, that was awesome.
It was something.
You dug into deep in the bag on that one.
All right, let's see what you got here, Baker.
All right,
you ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, you got 77.
Lord. 77.
Oh,
Stevie
boy.
Ray.
You got Stevie Ray. 75.
Honky Tonk Man.
Oh my God, this is great. Stevie Ray, Honky, and 11.
Brian Knobs.
Oh my God, dude. All right, good luck. You got the hard ones here so far, man.
Well, this is going to be my Intercontinental Champion match.
Okay.
Because we all know that Honky Tonk Man was the best Intercontinental Champion there was.
Absolutely.
And Stevie Ray has had enough of that damn honk in the tonk.
Okay.
He wants to bring in the hip hop, and Honky Tonk Man wants nothing to do with it. And Brian Knobs just wants to get nasty. So we're gonna throw together this big old suck salad, and we're gonna make these guys go out there and tear down the house and say, "That's how you do it. Top that."
Oh my God, I love it, dude. Stevie Ray, the Honky Tonk Man, and Brian Knobs. I mean, that actually sounds like it could really be on a WCW pay-per-view.
I swear that might have actually happened.
Because Honky had a run. He had a little WCW run that most people don't know about.
Seriously?
Or remember. Yeah, he was there for a little bit.
When?
I
Please
believe,
tell me 2000.
No, I think it was before the NWO. I believe it was before the NWO. He wasn't there very long. Iron Sheik was there too, believe it or not, for a little bit.
Well, was he still the Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Love it. Okay, what do we got here? We got the singles match. So the next
right.
one here is going to be the singles match. So I'm going to make this I'm going to make this my undercard belt, which I haven't named yet. But we'll just say, since you're using the Intercontinental,
Yeah.
I'll just say it's U.S. heavyweight.
Okay. Cool. All right. First number is 24.
Okay. 24. Tank Abbott.
And 80.
Okay, Tank Abbott is taking on Randy Savage.
Oh
Yeah, Tank
my.
Abbott. Let me tell you something, Tank Abbott. Yeah. So funny Tank Abbott story. I went to a clinic one time in Huntington Beach, and I met Tank Abbott in a bar. This is a shoot, by the way, and Tank Abbott was a complete maniac, and he had a rose with him for no reason, and he was trying to give it to one of the bartenders, and my
Like an
buddy,
actual flower.
an actual flower. We were all very intoxicated, and Tank Abbott got into a very spirited political discussion with one of my good friends, which turned into Tank Abbott grabbing him by the throat, and then turned into the police dragging a laughing Tank Abbott out of the bar. And that is a shoot. Also, during that episode, I was talking to Tank Abbott at the bar, and we were talking about WCW stuff, and I brought up Norman Smiley, and he pulled out his phone, and I called Norman Smiley.
Did he actually
He
answer?
did not pick up, so I left a very drunk voicemail on Norman Smiley's voicemail. But okay, so we got Tank, we got the Macho King right here. Okay, so how do I want to book this? Okay, let's see here. How about Savage has got a big problem? Now this is going to be like the Savage that retired and then was talked back into coming in, right after kind of the Macho King stuff when he became like a commentator, right? So
Yeah,
we'll say that Savage is doing the commentating and Tank Abbott's just running his mouth about how he really should be the U.S. heavyweight champion and they're not really giving him a shot. He's just interrupting matches, punching people, knocking them out, and Savage is behind the commentary booth. So eventually Savage is just like, you know what, man, I've had enough, and he gets up and he confronts Tank Abbott. And Tank lays him out, right? And then we build the story here where Savage is over the hill, right? He's clearly a retired guy. There's no way he can last with Tank Abbott, right? Well, then Savage goes into training, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to come back. I'm going to fight Tank Abbott. I'm going to prove that this guy's just a bully who's in there just causing havoc, and he's no place in hot seat wrestling. We're going to get rid of this guy. And then Savage, for whatever reason, the belt's going to become vacant, right? And whoever the commissioner is, we'll name at a later date, says that the number one, number two, contenders are going to be Tank Abbott and Randy Savage, and we're going to find out at Slamsylvania who the U.S. heavyweight champion is going to be.
That's awesome. I feel like you literally just rebooked Raw of 1993. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Also,
God.
by the way, that commentator, Macho Man, best figure I own by far.
Oh, it's great. You talking about the Hasbro?
No, I'm talking about the Ultimate from the new generation.
Yeah, I'm in the minority of the people that like the Macho Man Hasbro. Now that Hasbro's got the weird legs where they're fused together. It kind of ruined the beefcake and it ruined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
the jumper.
I remember thinking that the colors on that figure in the articulation, in terms of the jacket and all that stuff and the hat and all that was really cool. When I was a kid, I actually liked that figure when I was a kid.
Well, they made that Ultimate. It's supposed to be that.
Yeah,
Remake
yeah.
of Hasbro.
All three of those Savage Hasbros are good.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're all good. I like them. I don't own any of them, but I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're awesome. I think the Macho Kingman's probably the best, but I like all three of those.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Tank Abbott. Yeah, he's just coming in here. He's just being a bully, Baker, and I can't deal with it anymore. Yeah, we're gonna get in the ring and we're gonna find out if Tank Abbott can really hang with the Macho King. Oh yeah.
All right.
All right, you're up here. So it's gonna be the undercard singles match. You ready for this?
Yep.
Okay. You've got 83. Who do you got?
Hillbilly Jim.
Oh, I love it already. Hillbilly Jim versus 7.
Hillbilly Jim versus Paul Orndorff.
Oh God, your card is great, dude.
Paul Orndorff is squashing Hillbilly Jim. That's all you need to know.
What now? These are, I mean, Orndorff's gone back and forth between being a face and being a heel, but Hillbilly Jim obviously was a big baby face his whole career.
Yes.
So
Orndorff,
what's the story here with this?
Orndorff is a big, nasty heel, and Hillbilly Jim is out there fighting the good fight for the working class man, and he's going to try to stick it to Orndorff. But Orndorff he's Mr. Wonderful. He's just too wonderful. And that's nothing that that hillbilly, any hillbilly or Hillbilly Jim could ever amount to.
Any hillbilly.
And Orndorff is just going to walk right to the ring, very serious, grabbing the wrist tape. He's going to walk right in there, and he's going to squash his ass.
Now this
and that I feel like this absolutely is Vince McMahon booking just to prove
we may have seen this match on a Saturday night. I mean, this is like probably a really short match, but there's 5 minutes of Hillbilly Jim walking around the ring,
yes.
shaking
Hillbilly Jim's walking around the ring.
Foot.
He's getting the crowd hype. He's getting everybody hyped up, and he's got this big grandiose entrance just to get squashed.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. That's great.
All right, so that was our 2 singles matches.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to the tag team match. And the tag team match will consist of one real team, which will be an actual real team. And then the other tag team is going to be 2 random people from the list.
Okay, so let's give me the real tag team first. So the upper limit will be 66.
Yep. All right. Not 166, just 66. And the real tag team is 55.
55. Okay, I already had DIY, so let's pick a
We'll
different
do another one. Can't get double booked. 64.
64 is okay. High Energy. All right.
All right. So now your random team.
You got to set the limit again.
Yep. 101.
101 is Mick Foley. Okay.
120.
Foley and Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
What a team. That would be an incredible WCW team in the early 90s.
Oh, man. I mean, that's Cactus Jack and Dr. Death, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is a softball, man. And I know you've had a harder time with these, with the draws than what I have so far, at least. Obviously, Mick Foley is Cactus Jack, right? And him and
sure.
Dr. Death are just killers.
I love this tag team so much.
It's awesome. Why have they not done? I mean, I wish we could go back and book that for real. So Mick Foley and Dr. Death are obviously heels. They're villains. They're just ass kickers. They're badass guys. And they're do anything to win. High Energy. Owen Hart, super baby face at that time, and Coco Beware. Super baby face that time too. And look, you had Hillbilly get his ass kicked by Orndorff. I think we know what happens here with Coco Beware and with Owen. Owen's in there fighting his heart out the whole time, but I think we know what happens whenever Coco gets in a wreck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll leave it at that.
Shoulders flat on the mat.
But the story here between them is just you got two teams on 2 ends of the spectrum, right? You've got a team that is just dirty, nasty, do anything to win, just beat people up for fun, take big bumps, do all that kind of stuff, try to hurt people. And you've got the guys that are just the really nice, great with kids, great with charity work, kind of white meat baby face guys that are in there jumping around, trying to do their thing, wearing flashy colors. And there's just a natural feud right there between the two of them where they just don't like each other.
They're literally high energy.
At high energy, right? Exactly.
All right, that is great, fantastic.
Okay, so let's see here. So you're gonna get for the real tag team. Let's see, you got 33.
All right, 33.
Okay, that's pretty good.
33 is Ricky Steamboat.
No, you got real tag team first.
Oh, real tag. Oh, Rock and Sock. Okay, yes, Rock and Sock. Okay, I love Rock and Sock.
All right. Well, Mick Foley's got a big night here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me set this limit here. Okay, then you've got 48.
All right, 48. Lance Storm.
All right, and let's see what the next one here is. 122.
122. Lance Storm and Rick Steiner.
All right.
I love this team. So obviously you got the Rick Steiner. He's going to be the big heavy. And then you got Lance Storm, who's going to be the technical wrestler. And they're going to go against Rock and Sock. So pretty makeshift team here. No, they would never have met in real life as a team. Probably not. Maybe in those dark days of WCW. But Rock and Sock, I can see them as being where they're the ultra baby faces, Foley's baby boy, Mrs. Foley's baby boy, and The Rock. What's not to love? And they're just out there to. It's gonna. Okay, so now I need to think. So Lance Storm is going to try to.
Oh, they're heels, right? Storm and Steiner are heels.
Absolutely, yes. And Lance is going to be so dastardly. He's going to make Rick hate America, and they're going to they're going to hate America, and they're going to love Canada. So now Rick Steiner is going to be.
This is why I love this. This is so good.
So now Rick Steiner loves Canada and Tim Hortons, but despises America and Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm sorry to interject, but I gotta ask a question. Do we want to change the Michigan yellow and blue jacket, okay, to
Yes.
a McGill University jacket, which is in Canada? I think they're red and white.
Yes. It's gonna have the big. It's not. Yeah, it won't be the big M. It'll be the big Canadian maple leaf right on the chest.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And he just keeps. And what's been happening is that Lance Storm has been poisoning the Tim Hortons coffee that he's been giving Rick Steiner to make him think that he actually does hate America and he loves Canada. And they're going to go into this match thinking that they're going to really take down the Rock and Sock connection. And Lance, right before, like during the pre-show, Lance is going to get the coffees mixed up. He's going to switch them. And then Rick's going to realize that he's been duped this whole entire time. And all three of them are going to turn on Lance Storm in the end.
Oh my God. Have you ever eaten a sandwich at Tim Hortons?
I've never had a Tim Hortons anything.
If you've eaten a sandwich at Tim Hortons, you've been poisoned. Their coffee's fine. Sandwiches are not good.
I never really trusted Tim Hortons. I don't know why. Just because the name is Tim Hortons, I guess.
It's funny.
All right. So that was our tag team match. What do we got for now? We're on the gimmick match. And this is where things are going to get really crazy, I feel like.
This is going to be awesome.
Because these gimmick matches that you have in here are fantastic.
So upper limit for gimmick will be 18.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All
let me know.
right.
When we'll get the wrestlers after we find out what match it is.
Sure. Number 11.
Okay, 11. Casket match. Oh yeah.
134.
Okay, casket match 134. Dalton Castle.
Oh my gosh. I love Dalton Castle, dude. He was so awesome on Tuesday night.
I love him. He's great.
He's such a big, beautiful peacock. All right. Next one is 63.
Okay. Ron Simmons.
Oh,
man. Okay. Well,
I know what I would do.
I think obviously we've got one here where, it's going to be Ron's got a problem with Dalton Castle, right? So, he's jumping around like a maniac, and Ron's out there in the gladiator outfit, right?
What?
And so Ron's in the gladiator outfit, and he's already. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with this: with the gladiator outfit that he's in, he already knows that this is a bad idea, right? And it's kind of part of it's going to be kind of part of the character where he's getting more and more frustrated with looking like an idiot, right? So maybe they're even changing the colors and even adding more armor and stuff like that to the gimmick, right? So then Dalton Castle is just like, dude, what are you doing? Like you were the world heavyweight champion at WCW. Like, You were one of the best college football players in Florida State history. You're out here jumping around like an idiot with armor, and they're making you say all these stupid lines. When are you going to start being yourself? And then Ron Simmons is like, you know what, man, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of you in my ear telling me that I'm stupid and laughing at me and acting like I'm a fool. I'm one of the toughest guys in wrestling history. I will beat the crap out of you any day of the week, Dalton Castle. And Castle's like, you're so over the hill, dude. I got a bad back and I'll still whoop your ass. And then Ron Simmons is like, you know what? Here's what's going to happen. I am going to murder you in the ring. I'm going to kill you. And we're going to have a casket match at Slamsylvania. And one of us is going in that coffin. And whoever wins, I know who's going to win, but whoever wins, I don't ever want to hear your voice ever again. You don't ever talk to me ever again. And I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you at Slamsylvania.
Slamsylvania is TV 14.
So that's what the casket match is gonna be.
I love it. That's awesome.
Okay, so you've got, let's see. You got 18. What was that? That wasn't the same one, was it? No.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, 18 is the ladder match.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, you got 25.
Okay, so we got a ladder match with Ken Shamrock.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a pretty good one to start with. And you got 109.
109. Ken Shamrock.
Oh, man.
Versus Okada.
Dude, that's a great match.
Dude, this is going to be an incredible match. So it's going to be, well, we all know that Ken Shamrock, world's most dangerous man. And then you have Okada is the Rainmaker. And this is going to be a cross-promotional deal. First time ever that this is Hot Seat Wrestling. It doesn't even have to be WWE. We're going to bring in some of that sweet Japan talent. And Okada, Ken Shamrock is going to be basically, he's going to be jealous that Okada is getting all this high praise for coming over and getting all those stars in the dome.
Love it.
And Shamrock wants to have all the stars. And by stars, I mean Meltzer rating stars. And and he's going to get shoot mad at a gimmick star rating. And he's going to want to beat the crap out of Okada and take all of his money since he's the Rainmaker. And he's going to fail because Ken Shamrock is afraid of heights. So whenever he goes to climb the ladder, he gets too afraid. And then Okada gives him the Rainmaker off of the ladder. And then, that's the end of Shamrock.
That's a good match. I like that. I would pay money to see that match.
I stumbled my way through that one because I was really thinking about that one on the fly, but I think it worked out in the end.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh my. All right. So now we're at the main event.
Okay. So for the main event, it's just a singles match.
Singles match for who?
Let's do this. How about champion always comes out second, right?
Yep.
So we'll say that the first guy is the challenger, and the second guy is the champ.
All right. So your challenger is number 41.
Okay. Keep in mind, this is the main event of a pay-per-view, right?
Correct.
Okay. I already got Dragon up, so we got to get a different one.
129.
Okay. 129. Oh yeah, dude. I got John Cena coming in as the contender.
And your champion is number 79.
Okay. 79. Scott Flash Norton is 79.
Oh.
Dude, how great is that? I've got Norton two times in a row. Last show in the show, I got Norton. That's great. Okay. Well, obviously we've got two really strong guys here, right?
We're two huge lovers of Scott Norton, by the way.
Dude, I love Scott Norton so much. So, do you know how happy it makes me that Norton's the champion going into my first pay-per-view, right?
Yes.
I've got Norton wearing the belt on his shoulder on the first pay-per-view. So this is definitely heel Norton, right? This is like the vicious and delicious NWO heel Scott Norton with the sunglasses and the all black and all that, right? So Norton is a champ. Cena's the huge baby face. Both these guys are really strong in the ring. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of power moves in the ring, things like that. But, the whole thing is, Norton and Cena don't look the same, right? So you've got Cena with this like incredible physique, and he's in there and he's the big baby face. The fans are all behind him. Norton's kind of this like, he's this really strong, big, powerful guy. Doesn't really have the look. He looks a little nasty. He looks real tough and mean in the ring. So you've got this like built-in tension between the up-and-comer and the guy who's already the champ, right? About who's really gonna take a hot seat wrestling into the second pay-per-view. And I think that's really what it's gonna be. Is just, Norton's got a problem with how John Cena's out there in front of everybody all the time, just making sure that his face is seen. He's doing movies. The company's pushing you to do movies. You're not even the champ. I'm the champ. You're out there doing all this stuff in charity and all that, and that's all great. But I suspect that maybe you're only doing that so that people see your face, not anybody else's. And obviously Cena feels really, really strongly that that's not the case. And he gets even more sympathy with the fans. And he's like, that's absolutely not why I do what I do. I'm doing these movies because I want to be an actor, and I want to expand the whole portfolio of hot seat wrestling. And Norton's like, you know what, dude, you're not invested. You're not here all the time. I'm the guy that's grinding. I'm the guy that put in all the miles all across this country, all over Japan. You're not invested the way that I've been. You're not tough enough to be the champion to carry this belt. So that there's your feud right there.
I love it. Like, I feel like I would really enjoy that match, regardless of your story, because your story is fantastic.
I don't know how long they would go in the ring, but
Norton would probably blow up really quick.
Oh man, you know how great that would be to see them throwing each other around.
Two big hosses in there.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Love it. Your card turned out great.
You know what, man? Like,
and you sold your ass off there at the end.
I don't want to vote early here, but like, you got some tough ones, dude. And I gotta give you credit for some of those ones you had early in the show, because you had a couple that even I, as somebody who grew up watching those guys as a kid and have probably seen more, Nikolai Volkov matches than what you have at this point. Like, even I was like, holy shit, what are you doing here? What do you do with these guys?
I don't even think I've ever seen one that I can like remember watching. I mean, I know who he is, but like, I can't ever say like, damn, I really enjoyed that Nikolai Volkov match.
He's a big dude, man. He's a really big guy. Yeah.
All right, let's get my main event.
All right, Baker, are you actually ready for the main event here, Baker?
Who is my challenger?
Okay, so the Rumble and Rouserville main event challenger is number 12. Who do we got at number 12?
Number 12.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Number 12 is Chris Kanyon.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
This already. Here we go. So you've got Kanyon and 43.
Kanyon and Kenny Omega.
Dude, how great is that? That's a fucking awesome match, dude.
That match is incredible. Well, we're gonna Omega is obviously going to be his heel, like the hold on, I need to take a second here and think about this, because this would be an awesome match in real life.
This is great. This could be an awesome feud, an awesome match for sure, man. You're gonna end up doing better on the ratings with this main event. That's badass.
So Omega is gonna be, as the champion, he's gonna be the well, obviously I'm gonna make Kanyon my babyface.
Okay.
And Kanyon is tired of the antics, and he is tired of all of Omega's like interference with Nakazawa, and he's tired of hearing all the BS from Callis all the time, and Callis making fun of Mortis and making fun of just Kanyon's lisp and all this stuff, and Kanyon's had enough of it, so he dives deep into the bag for one big match, and he comes out as Mortis to face Kenny Omega, and they have a 7-star match. They put on the performance of a lifetime, because you got Kanyon, who is an innovator of offense, and you have Kenny Omega, who is the best bout machine, and they have added in a 45-minute classic.
I love it. So you don't advertise Kanyon as Mortis for the match, right? He just comes out.
Nope, he comes out as Mortis, yes.
Like Notre Dame with the green jerseys.
Yes. No, it's not. We're not advertising it. He's just
Okay.
coming out at it.
I
as
love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So what's their like what's the feud? Like what's the build up for those two?
It's going to be that Omega has been running roughshod all over the roster, and there's only one last guy left, and it's going to be Canyon to rise up, and he's going to be the last baby face where he's had enough of Callis telling everybody that they suck and they're all New York Stooges, and Nakazawa running around with his damn underwear all over his face and everything, and Canyon has just had enough. And if you want to fight fire with fire, you got to dig deep, and you got to become Mortis one last time.
Yeah, I mean the only guy that can beat somebody that's as unique, as innovative as Kenny is another guy who's unique and innovative, right?
Correct. That's what I was looking for.
That's a hell of a match. I would pay so much money to see that. That's a great match.
We have some great cards. So many people would not really have turned Canyon into Mortis, but I am such a lover of Mortis. I had to because of the Halloween gimmick too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, what do we want to run over our shows?
Yeah,
or do we want to pick a commissioner?
Oh man, maybe we can think about that after for the next show. Maybe we need to bring in a commissioner for the next show.
Yeah, we'll bring in a commissioner.
Okay, so let's just run through the cards, okay, real quick, and then we can talk about who won, right? So, okay, so for Slamsylvania, it took place at the Clive M. Beck Center at Transylvania University in Lexington, Kentucky, right? We've got that established. So on the pre-show, Jimmy Superfly Snuka took on Chris Candido. No gimmick needed for Candido. I'm going to put over Candido in that match whenever he puts his legs up, whenever Snuka jumps off the top rope to do the splash. Candido gets his knees up in time. Knocks out Snuka with a gut shot like Tyson and Michael Spinks back in the day. So Candido gets the win there. So that's the first pre-show match. Half crowd. There's nobody really in the seats yet, so nobody got to see it. But good match. The next one here, the tag team match between two real tag teams.
Nobody was there, but it was a good match.
Yeah, good match.
They earned their hot dog and warm Mountain Dew.
So the Snuka Candido, I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5. So, we'll go Candido with the win on that one. So the next one here, two real tag teams, DIY versus the Dynamic Dudes. I'm going to go DIY because I'm just going to say that they just go in there and they just get, they take care of Douglas, and then they get in there and they beat the shit out of Johnny Ace, which is what everybody wants to do anyway. So we'll say the two up and comers who spent time in NXT and WWE dealing with Johnny Ace, head of talent relations, finally gets their shot to take out Johnny Ace.
I popped me so big when you were like, because that's what they all want to do anyways.
Yeah, so that's what we got. So we'll say they beat them. Kind of a beat down. So we'll go 2.75 on the star sign off from that one from my own standpoint. Okay, so then the pyro goes off and we're off and running with the Halloween theme, and we're Transylvania University, and there's bat noises and there's fire and all that kind of shit. So we're off and going here. There's pumpkins all over the place. So for the first match, we're gonna hit it hard with a really good triple threat opener. Road Dogg versus Ilya Dragunov versus Virgil, and Dragunov is gonna pull that out by just beating shit out of both those other guys.
Love it. Okay,
and then the next match, the second match on the card, the singles match. This is for the U.S. heavyweight title for the only undercard belt that I have. Tank Abbott, this is a vacant belt, right? So these two guys are going in there to figure out what it is. Tank Abbott versus Randy Savage. This is going to be a better match than people expected. Randy's going to carry him all the way through it. Randy hits the elbow drop at the end and wins the U.S. heavyweight title. So we're going to say, I'm going to give that one 3.25 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then for the let's see what was next. We had the tag team match next. Fake tag team versus real tag team. So the fake tag team was High Energy. The made up tag team was Cactus Jack and Dr. Death. Boy, I'm licking my chops, man. I wish we could have got them as a real tag team. This is a bloodbath. They just beat the living shit out of Coco Beware. Owen Hart trying to fight from behind the whole time. He's in there doing everything. They can't do it. He can't do it. They get finally gets Coco in the ring. Coco gets obliterated by both of those guys, and they go over big. Foley and Dr. Death. Not really a squash, but Owen Hart really great in the ring. I'm going to give that match 2.75.
You're really generous on the stars here.
You know what, man? I'm doing what I can here. So then we've got the next match is going to be the gimmick match, casket match between Dalton Castle and Ron Simmons. This match ends up being really good. So we end up having a great casket match. Simmons goes over. At the end of that match, Ron goes over. But we're gonna go 4 stars. 4-star casket match.
Love it.
Okay. And then for the main event, heavily anticipated, the big challenger here was John Cena, the big baby face, goes up against Scott Flash Norton, big, nasty heel. He's the champ. He's the guy that just pushes everybody around, pretty much a bully, just a big tough guy, right? So Norton ends up dropping the strap in the main event, which breaks my heart, but we got to pass the torch, right?
Whoa.
So we're gonna send the people home happy with a really good hoss fight in the main event. John Cena eventually gets Norton up for the finisher, gives it to him, and then pins Scott Norton and becomes a champion of my brand of hot seat wrestling.
Wow, what an ending!
I gotta send them home happy, and that is a 4.5 star match.
Wow, I love it. That is a great show.
And then we go off the air with the confetti going off, and Cena's standing on the ropes, holding the belt up. He's tired, he's beat up, and that everybody goes home happy.
Look at you booking for the crowd. Not what I expected.
Hey man, you gotta not be predictable all the time, right?
It's true. All right. Let's do mine. You kept the tally. I did not write this down.
I did. Okay, so Rumble in Rouserville from the
the Rumble in Rouserville at the Red Run Park in Rouserville, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
That is right outside of Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
Love it. Okay, so your first pre-show match was Marty Jannetty versus CM Punk.
Yes, and we had CM Punk as the guy who is the up-and-comer who's being held down by the commissioner, who is not named at this time but will be named at a later date. Would not let him fight on the main show yet. He had to gain his victories to make his way onto the show. So he had to go through a good, tough, hard worker, somebody like Jannetty, who is really good in the ring, a really good baby face. And CM Punk goes in there and gets the crowd. The few that are in the stands are very happy, and they give it a nice soft golf clap. And we're going to give that a 1.75 out of 5 stars.
All right. So CM Punk won that one, right?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So he won his way on to the next pay-per-view, hopefully.
All right. Okay, that's good. Okay. So, all right. So then for the tag team match from the pre-show, you have 2 real teams. You had Sheik and Volkov versus Men on a Mission.
Yeah. So this one was really hard to book, and we had. I don't even remember what I said. I was going to book them.
I think the Sheik had a problem with the rap, right? Something like that.
Yes, that's right. Sheik and Volkov had a problem with Men on a Mission coming out and rapping, and it's just we already had a heel win on the pre-show in the previous match with Punk, so now we were going to have Men on a Mission be triumphant over those dastardly heels of Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Who took the splash from King Mabel? Sheik?
Oh, Sheik took it. Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
And yep. So that one is going to get a dud rating for the Observer.
I love it. I love it. All right. So then that takes you onto the the pageantry of the real show. Is there anything you need to talk about with the introduction?
There's going to be a bunch of dudes revving their four-wheelers and their ATVs, and everyone's gonna be saying, rin, 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 rin. There's gonna be pyro going off, boom, 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 boom. There's gonna be fanfare playing, dun, 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 dun,
Oh my God.
the Rumble and Rouser Bell. And then the music hits, and we got our triple threat match. And who are all three of my contestants for the triple threat
Yeah,
match?
so this is going to be for the Intercontinental title. So you have
Yeah,
to,
we're starting off hot. We're having a really good curtain
So
jerker of this is the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, so Stevie Ray, Brian Knobbs, and you said Honky Tonk Man had the belt going in, correct?
Yes, Honky Tonk Man is going to be my Intercontinental Champion going in,
Okay.
and he's just a Honky Tonk Man. He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad. And so Stevie Ray is sick and tired of the Honky Tonk, and we threw Knobbs in there because he just wants to get nasty. And we're going to eliminate Knobbs early. He's going to go through a table on the outside, the announcer's table on the outside. And so that's going to be by Stevie Ray's doing. And Stevie Ray he's going to just be beating the tar out of Honky Tonk Man this whole time. And Honky Tonk Man is going to win by a small package, brother.
I love it.
Small package.
Oh, I forgot
He's
to ask
going to
you.
retain as champion.
Love it. Okay, I forgot to ask you. Who's your commentating team for the show?
Ooh. I'm gonna
go Tony and Jesse on mine, I think.
I'm gonna have Taz and Heenan.
Okay, nice. Okay. Very cool. Okay,
And so my triple threat is gonna get a 2.4 out of 5 stars.
okay, it's pretty good. Not bad. It's a good opener.
Yeah, it's a mess because we got to put the announcers table back together.
Well, I love that.
And
you got
Heenan's
the
in a neck
the
brace.
belt on the line. The belt's on the line right away. I love it.
Yep.
You said Heenan's in a neck brace?
Yes.
Of course he is.
And he tries to run away, but Taz brings him back.
Okay, I love it.
All right, so we got a singles match now.
Okay, so the next match was your singles match between Hillbilly Jim and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Yep. So Hillbilly Jim, he's coming out for every single person that is in that attendance. He's coming down. He's doing the dance, and the crowd is all into it. They're revving all their ATVs and their four wheelers and their dirt bikes, and they're loving Hillbilly Jim. And out comes with this glorious pyro, Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff is just going to come waltzing down to the ring, and he beats the tar out of shoot, I forgot his name already.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim. Yes, he beats the tar out of Hillbilly Jim, and all the people in the crowd, they start throwing stuff into the ring. They're mad at him. They're throwing their Pepsi cups, and Mr. Wonderful, he's standing there with his one arm that's going to be atrophied, and he's just strutting and flexing all over all them hillbillies.
Love it.
And he's going to be victorious, and that will be a 2.1 out of 5 stars.
Awesome. Love it. Love the beatdown. I love the beatdown.
And so now I'm into my tag match with a real team versus a fake team, correct?
Yeah, your real team ended up being the Rock and Sock Connection. I mean,
Rock
we
and Sock.
fully pulling double duty here this weekend, but
We
got,
did.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for him. He needs all the money he can get, man. Putting his body through all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we don't give health insurance here at Hot Seat Wrestling. He needs to pay his own bills.
Absolutely. So this is my Tim Hortons with Lance
got
Storm
It's
and
fun. And Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner. So early in the show, we go backstage and we see Lance Storm. He is standing over the Tim Hortons coffee, and he's getting ready to do the mixie doo-hoo to try to poison Rick Steiner. And he gets interrupted by Rick, who comes in abruptly, who he was not expecting at the time. And Rick's trying to get him all up by and get him all hyped up for the match. And he's loving Canada. And then all of a sudden they get the cups mixed up, and down the hatch it goes. And all of a sudden Lance Storm he's not feeling himself. He's all of a sudden now he's like, man, am I an American citizen? I don't understand. And Rick's like, wait, man, I thought we hated America. I thought we hated America.
Oh
Ah!
my God, this is so good.
And they go down to the ring, and Lance is all out of it. He can't. He's not. He can't figure out what he's doing in the ring. He's losing. He's completely disoriented, and he keeps wanting to tag. He keeps trying to go tag Rick in, but then he keeps getting pulled out. And then Rick eventually has to get the blind tag, and he goes in there and he starts running roughshod all over the Rock and Sock. And then Rick goes to try to get the tag on Lance, but Lance isn't there. And then boom, here comes the People's Elbow, rock bottom, and the Rock and Sock connection is triumphant in victory.
Love it. Love it.
And that will get a 3.5 out of 5 stars from our great observer readers.
All right.
Got the crowd up.
I love that. The Storm and Steiner thing is so good. I love that so much. It's so WCW, man. I love it. So that goes right into the next match, or the gimmick match. You got the gimmick match, the ladder
Gimmick
match.
is the
big ladder match.
Yep, Okada versus Ken Shamrock for the ladder match.
Man. What a match.
Yep, and these people in Rouserville, they have no idea who Okada even is. They just see this Asian guy come out, and he's just got the money flying everywhere, and they're like, wow, this is money. Woo, we got free money. And they realize that it's McDonald's money. And and Ken Shamrock comes out, he's all pissed, and he's strutting to the ring, and then he keeps, every time he looks up, when he looks up at the briefcase hanging over the ring.
That's Ken Shamrock coming to the ring.
There's a briefcase over the ring, and what's in that briefcase is unknown at the time. It's still unknown. And
Interesting.
yeah, we're not going to reveal what's in the briefcase, but there's a briefcase hanging over the ring, and Shamrock looks scared every time he looks up at the ring. He doesn't want to. He doesn't know how he's going to get up there. So the whole match is going, and Okada is always up there, and Shamrock, instead of climbing the ladder every time, he just kicks it out of the way. And then there's going to be a chance for Ken Shamrock to finally climb up the ladder and take that briefcase. And he gets up there and he realizes, I'm afraid of heights. So he starts yelling at the crowd, saying, I'm better than you. And I'm going to get this briefcase now. Well, all of a sudden Okada runs up the ladder, gives him the Rainmaker off the ladder, runs up, grabs the briefcase.
I like that spot. It's a big spot.
Yeah. And Okada wins the briefcase with, we don't know what is inside, and it will be revealed at the next pay-per-view.
Very cool. Very cool.
And that takes us to our main event. And actually, the ladder match was a 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
And the main event was going to be Kenny Omega as the champion and Chris Kanyon as the challenger. And Kenny Omega is doing all of these nasty, nasty things to everybody on the roster. He's cheating to win every single chance he gets. We're in the Halloween season, and there's nobody left on the roster but Chris Kanyon. And Chris Kanyon is going to be the savior of hot seat wrestling. And Chris Kanyon, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, anything I have to beat you at the Rumble in Rouserville. And he's like, I will have to go to a deep, dark place if I'm going to beat you. And all of a sudden you just hear, as soon as the music hits, it goes dark, and up from the stage comes Mortis. And everyone's like, that's Mortis. And he comes down to the ring as Mortis, not Chris Kanyon. And Kenny Omega is stunned. He has no idea what to do because he's never faced Mortis. He's only ever faced Chris Kanyon, and he doesn't know how to meet this energy. And Chris Kanyon, as Mortis, is triumphant in victory and wins the Hot Seat Wrestling Championship.
Holy cow. Love it. I absolutely love it. That's an unbelievable ending to a match that I would pay $50 to see any day of the week, man. That'd be just to be able to see Kanyon go in there offensively against Omega. You don't even think about it, but that's a dream match. It really is a dream match.
Yep. Even when you add in the element of Mortis.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is a 6.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love
good.
it. What
Yeah.
a great shows we put together, and at total randomness.
That's what's great. That's why look, man, we all love the fantasy book, right? We all play that game every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every time we have a pay-per-view. I mean, every single day. How many of us are texting each other and talking about, what we would do differently with this guy, or why are they doing this, why are they doing that? But it's really fun to book. It's especially when you don't have to deal with really egos, and you don't got to deal with contracts or TV ratings or any of that kind of stuff. Just to kind of, let's just put these guys together on paper and see what we can come up with. Man, you come up with some really cool stuff, man. Absolutely, you can come up with some just absolutely incredible stuff,
and some really off the wall stuff too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Booking this on the fly was really hard, but it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the first time we've ever done it, right? I mean, we did kind of
yeah.
Kind
I
of
had
like
no
a
idea what I
practice
was
round. Yeah, we did a practice round the first time, with the last show. But with this one, this is the first time, and we're gonna work out the kinks a little bit, and make sure that we've got everything moving, smoother going forward. And I know we named the announcers at the very end of the show. I mean, that would have been something funny to talk about, at the beginning of the show, stuff like that. So look, it's a work in progress, but this is a lot of fun. I love doing it, man. I thought you had a hell of a show and a lot of really funny, awesome ideas. And that I really had a good time doing that.
Yep, same. You had an awesome show as well. I'm really surprised we didn't get Dan Barry booked.
Oh man, well, you know what? We got him on the list, so he'll get in there sooner.
He'll get booked at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on for another episode of the Podski, and especially doing this very first episode of Hot Seat Wrestling. I'm sure we're going to add many more editions of Hot Seat Wrestling, add many more bookers to this federation. And because Hot Seat Wrestling is going to be like NWA, we're going to have all kinds of territories all over the place.
Why not, man? There's no reason not to. I mean, we can bring in a guest, every time we want to do it, if we want to do it that way, or just do the two of us, or whatever, whatever we want to do. So it's the sky's the limit here for sure.
Yep. That's how, once you're done, you take a fat burner and you get an energy.
That's right.
And that's how you build strength.
That's how you build strength. Hey,
correct.
If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
That is absolutely right. We're not going down. We're going forward, baby.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Hot Seat Wrestling. And make sure to check us out on the Podski on Twitter at @the_Podski, Instagram at @the_Podski, on Facebook. I know I have mentioned a lot that we have been on Google Podcasts. We are officially on Google Podcasts. That is totally my fault. We are on every single podcast platform for sure now. So check us out wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget to download, rate, review, subscribe, and we will for sure see you next week we've got the Halloween Super Show, and really fired up for that. And Mr. Andretti is going to be joining us for that.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun because I've got some funny stories to tell in there, some personal stories too, to throw in with that. But I've been thinking about that for a while, what we want to do for the different parts of the Super Show. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait. But we will see you next time on the Podski.